Namaste. I'm Rishabh. God damn it, I can't do this. 2 weeks until I start working. Namaste. I'm Rishabh, and in this episode, we are going to go through something that you all asked for in a little poll that we did on YouTube. Beginning from this episode, so not all of it will be in this episode, but beginning from this one, we are going to go through 2, 3, or 4, maximum 4 Taals or rhythm cycles that are most commonly used in Indian classical vocal and instrumental performances. Since I guess we've been doing a lot of reaction videos, you guys wanted a bit of, theory put in here as well. The purpose of this channel, as you may or may not know, we discussed a couple of episodes back, is not to build our theoretical base, but know enough theory for it to help us understand Indian classical music performances and concerts and recordings better. Let's get to Teental or Trital or Talo Ka Raja, as it's called, the king of Taals. It is a 16-beat cycle. So when I say a 16-beat cycle, it goes something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 1. This 1 is the sum, as you may or may not know again. So it's called a Taal or a rhythm cycle because or a 16-beat rhythm cycle, because once you go from 1 to 16 and you hit 16, you have to come back to 1. Now this 1, as we spoke about way back, is the sum. It's given a lot of importance, it's given a lot of weightage, vazan, and you can see this weightage and the vazan in the compositions that are sung. Now let's get into a teeny tiny little bit detail of Teental, right? You have to understand that a majority of compositions are based on Teental, and it's extremely widely used and widely played. So Teental is based on 4 divisions of 4. What does that mean? So 16 beats are divided into 4 sections, 4, 4, 4, 4. The first beat of each section would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. Now the first beat of each of these 4 sections would be 1, 5, 9, and 13. Now why did I do all of this? When I clap, this is called a tali, and when I do this, it's called a khali. Now tali literally means to clap in Hindi, and khali means empty, which basically means no clap. So if I were to recite Teental for you, it would go something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 1. This 1 is the sum. You have to return it. You have to show it every time. Now, in our previous videos, every time, in the reaction videos, every time I do this, or this, I am basically showing the tali or the khali of the Teental, which is being played on the tabla by the percussionist, by the artist on the tabla. Now, if you want, you can stop watching the video here and go to some other video of mine, or go watch a cat video or something. But Teental has its own lyrics or bols. Like the compositions that we talked about, the bandish of various rags, they have their own bols. Similarly, Teental also has its own bols, its own lyrics. Now the bols go something like this. So instead of counting out the beats 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll recite the bols, and they go something like this. Dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, tin, tin, ta, ta, dhin, dhin, dha, dha. Now a couple of technical points here. If you were to pick up a theoretical book on Indian classical music or tabla, the bols will be written something like this. Dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, na, tin, tin, na. What we recited earlier was dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, tin, tin, ta. There is no practical tabla player, probably no practical tabla player, who will recite the 9th beat as na, tin, tin, na. They will always recite it as dha, tin, tin, na. Now the other part of Teental, which is written or played differently, would be the 13th beat, which is dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, tin, tin, ta, titter, dhin, dhin, dha, and dha. What we recited earlier was dha, tin, tin, ta, ta, dhin, dhin, dha, dha. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So on the 13th beat, many people recite it as ta, dhin, dhin, dha, and some people recite it as Titter, dhin, dhin, dha, and dha. Now, another fun bit, which you will never find in theoretical books, is the way how you recite the tal. You must have noticed I'm reciting it as dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha. The tal itself has a melody hidden underneath. And this melody is portrayed through the left drum, the baya, wherein you can change the pitch of the drum. The right drum, or the tabla, its tonality is pretty much fixed on the tonic or the fifth, sa or pa, sometimes the third, gandhar, but mostly the tonic. The left drum, the baya, you can modulate with the bass of your left hand, and hence, when you recite Teental, you don't have to recite it like a machine, like dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha. You have to recite it like a tabla player would probably play it. So it would probably be like dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha, dhin, dhin, dha, dha. Tin, tin, ta, ta, din, din, ta, ta.